And I think a lot of times people who are gun owners have been their own worst enemy because, again, there hasn't been a proper understanding of what's going on in politics, and it's confrontational, and the other side very much think the way the communists were known to think, what's mine is mine and what's yours is negotiable. And that's what's going on with guns. Probably at least half of the households or more have firearms in them. And that's probably one of the best measures that America is still a rather well-armed society, is that home invasions in the United States involve about 13% of the time involve an occupied home. In Britain, it's about 65%. And it's obvious that the crooks know that in Britain, if they have a little pipe or something, it's probably all they're going to need to deal with some poor homeowner who might confront them. Whereas in the United States, that little pipe isn't going to help them at all if they catch a bullet, because half the homes are known to be armed. And so what you find is, even when you've surveyed criminals, they will tell you that if they think a house is occupied, kiddies' toys out on the lawn or something like that, they just go somewhere else. Too risky.
I have one last question. Did you ever have to defend yourself with a gun?
Happily, I've never had occasion to defend myself. I would say that being a gun owner, I have been trained at some of the shooting schools to be always aware. This is hardly to be paranoid. This is to be the opposite of being fat, dumb, and happy dead. Just looking around. When I come out of my office late at night, it's dark, relatively empty parking lot. I just look around, see, maybe there's somebody that needs help. Who knows? Maybe somebody's trying to jump their car. But I'm always just trying to pay attention, and I've taught myself that. There was one time when we had just moved to a new house, and I was traveling. My wife was not home, and I happened to call in. I had a little time during the day, and my daughter was very upset. Dad, where's the gun? She knew where I kept it, where we had lived, but when we moved, obviously it wasn't in a safe. It was where it could do some good, but she didn't know where that place was now. And so I told her and called back a couple of minutes later, and tone of voice was totally different. The chap that had been going door to door and had thought maybe he wanted to perhaps get into the house or get her to open the door, he was no longer around. Once she knew where that gun was and had possession of it, her tone of voice, no doubt his attitude, had completely changed, both of them. Oh, and I might add, that's probably 97% of the defensive gun uses in America, which probably happens some 2.5 million times a year. Nobody fires a shot, nobody's killed, nobody's wounded. Americans are, which I think shows us Americans are extremely responsible, because even though they're in a dangerous situation, they don't necessarily fire that gun 97% of the time.